Hello YouTube, Bladder81 here again, and today I'm going to show you my pentium free tualatin based pentium free rig. So far this is the best I can do, but I'm going to do more upgrades. The graphics card, a better sound card, and trying to see if I can find a faster pentium free tualatin. So here are the specs of the machine. It's a soltek SEL 65K V2-CT. It uses the VIA C694T, also known as internally the Apollo Pro 143T, with the soft bridge of the 686B. The T meaning that it's a 12-pin ready motherboard. Unlike the previous model, didn't support the 12 pins. In terms of CPU, when I got this motherboard, I was using before I was using a slot one motherboard. It was the second one, which was the 44BX2, which was one of the later models, which supported Coppermine CPUs using an adapter or using a slot version. But I have an adapter with a pentium free 1 GHz and with 1 GB of RAM because he had 4 slots. So when I got this motherboard, I used the Pentium 3 1 GHz Coppermine. I used it for some while. So the RAM was cut down to 768 megabytes. Before I was in 1 gigabyte of RAM. The graphics card, I used a lot of. I think it was 9200, 9250. I was using here. Later I was able to upgrade to a Radeon 9000 Pro with only 64 megabytes. It was it's a little better due to the memory bandwidth. It's 128 bits and the clock, the speeds of the RAM and the speed of the GPU was way much higher. So it delivers much better performance. In terms of card, right now it has a Subasa Live, the CB0060 PCI. It has a 120 gigabytes hard drive and a DVD RW made by LG. So 5 years ago, uh, I was able to track down a 12-pin CPU, but it was the Celeron, which I changed for the Pentium 3 1 GHz to a Celeron 1.4, which was the fastest one you can find. And 2 years ago, after I acquired a workstation made by IBM, unfortunately I couldn't find nothing special except for the CPU to keep the computer, so I parted it out. I sold it for a price, and I decided to keep the CPU, so I removed the Celeron 1.4 to Latin with the Pentium 3 1.13 gigahertz. This was the slowest Latin released, I think, for my what I remember, with 512 kilobytes of L2 cache, and the front side was 143. And I did notice in some games were way better. Some did have a more smooth play, and others were more faster. So doubling the cache and FSB did help, even with a lower clock speed. So I have running Windows 2000 Service Pack 5 with the latest drivers. So as I mentioned, I'm going to try to end all the games I'm playing. Most of them. Some I are already. Games that I play here are Command and Conquer Red Alert. Damn it. How's it called? Red Faction, the first one. I already finished. I play Half-Life 1. What more games? I think I have one or two games, but I forget. And this motherboard, it's via chipset, so it's not as good as Intel ones. As I see some YouTubers making videos um, comparing the C694T and the Intel 815 that was tualatin ready. And of course, for a budget tualatin, this chipset is very well. I don't know if adding a heatsink will help or not, but so far there are no burn marks. Everything looks pretty well. I'm going to a little bit more closer. In terms of graphics card, for some reason I can't use the Nvidia cards here. I'm going to try again using Nvidia cards, but right now only work with ATI cards. And one of the cards I'm going to place here is it's just an Radeon 9600 non-pro with 256 megabytes of RAM. I think it's plenty enough for these games to push it with high settings. What more I can tell? The case is also different. I was using another ATX tower, which had the with a vertical power supply mount, not horizontal, a vertical, which I have on using multiple systems. Also slot one with early Pentium 2s, midi Pentium 2s, Pentium 3s, something like that. Which I'm going to make a video, hope soon, since I've been way too long making videos. So I was really impressed with this tualatin Pentium 3. It's quite fast, and of course, sorry, I'm going to also have to upgrade the storage, maybe with a ID to SD card to make a more responsive system, and a sound card going to be 5.1 or an Audagy, but I think I'm going to stay with the Sabasa Live 5.1 when I get one. So this is the part one, and on the next one I'm going to show you some gaming. Hope you guys like it, and see you guys in the next video.